My weekly online learning routine for growth and success. Have you ever felt like you're stuck in the same place? Like no matter how hard you try, you're just not moving forward in your personal life, career, or side hustle? What if I told you that the key to transforming your life, unlocking new opportunities, and reaching consistent growth is hidden in your weekly routine, and more specifically, in how you learn, adapt, and evolve every single week without burning out? In today's fast-paced digital world, information is literally everywhere, but wisdom comes from filtering, applying, and staying consistent. And that's exactly what a solid weekly learning routine does. It takes your endless scroll of content and turns it into intentional action that drives real progress. For me, setting up a weekly online learning habit wasn't about consuming more, it was about consuming smarter, learning deeper, and using that knowledge to fuel both personal and professional success. Before I dive into the exact steps, I want you to understand one thing: growth is not a race, it's a rhythm, and my routine is built on a cycle that balances exploration, reflection, skill building, and practical application. I've made peace with the idea that I don't need to know everything, I just need to master what moves me forward right now, and stack that knowledge over time. My week is divided into specific themes: Mondays for mindset and motivation, Tuesdays for tech and tools, Wednesday focuses on career or business learning, Thursdays for creativity and communication, Friday is reflection and consolidation, and weekends are either for deep dives or full breaks, depending on my mental energy levels. Every Monday morning, I start my day with a curated podcast or a 15-20 minute video from someone I admire. This sets the tone for the week and helps me align my energy toward optimism and growth, not overwhelm. I take brief notes and reflect on one takeaway I want to carry through the week. I also journal my intention for the week, not goals, just intention, what I want to feel, what I want to strengthen, and what I need to be okay with. On Tuesdays, I dedicate at least 45 minutes to learning about a new tool, software, or system that can enhance my productivity. Content creation, or business strategy. This could be a Notion tutorial, an AI tool demo, or even exploring automation tips. The idea is to stay updated, not overwhelmed, so I focus on just one new concept at a time, and I always try to implement it by the end of the day. Wednesdays are when I go deep, usually with a course or a playlist of videos focused on my long-term goals. Whether it's digital marketing, sales funnels, branding, or learning how to scale my YouTube channels, I treat this time like a mini classroom. I give myself 1 to 1.5 hours of uninterrupted learning time, and I use a note-taking method that allows me to turn learning into immediate action steps. Thursdays are reserved for building creative skills. This might mean learning video editing tricks, design principles, storytelling, or communication hacks for better online presence. I often pair this with practice, like writing a short script, designing a thumbnail, or recording a quick voiceover draft, because learning creativity without practice is like buying gym gear and never working out. Fridays are sacred for reflection. I revisit everything I consumed that week, scan through my notes, identify one thing I want to master, and one thing I could have skipped. I ask myself, what did I actually use from what I learned? And what inspired me most? Weekends are flexible. If my mind feels excited and clear, I'll go on a learning binge with a mini course, a documentary, or a long-form podcast. But if I'm mentally drained, I do something completely different, like spending time in nature, reading fiction, or unplugging from screens, because recovery is part of learning too, and burnout is the enemy of long-term success. I keep my learning organized using simple but powerful tools like Notion for tracking progress, YouTube playlists for curation, Redwise for smart note-taking, and Google Calendar with time blocks that treat my learning sessions as meetings with my future self. The less friction I feel, the more likely I am to stick to it, and that's the real secret. Make it easier to start than to skip. This routine isn't perfect, but it's powerful, because it's consistent, intentional, and most importantly, it's mine. Now it's your turn. Start simple. Pick just 3 days in your week, assign a learning theme, and spend 30 focused minutes growing in that area. You don't need a cost subscription or a fancy setup, just intention, consistency, and belief that this small habit will compound into massive success. Comment below if you're ready to build your own weekly learning routine. I'll even share my Notion template if you're interested. Thanks for watching this deep dive into my online learning routine. If you found this valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's on their own growth journey.